Hey everyone, in this video, we will talk about what are the most common topic to master any programming language. So if you want to master any programming language, so you need to have basic understanding of these most common and important topics. So in this video, I will cover all those topics with example. So watch this video. So now we are inside our VS Code. Let me make one file first. Actually, I am making a Java file and let me write main class. So now let me give you an overview of what are the most common data types in any language. The first one is integer, second is float, third is string, fourth one is char, fifth is boolean, and sixth is array. So these are most common data types which are widely used in any of the programming language which you can imagine, right? Let me give an example of all this. Let me comment it out first. We will talk about integer. Integer basically means the number which does not contain any decimal point, like 3 minus 5. So this is the example of integer. Let me give you another example of float. Float C. This is how we write float in Java, right? So as you can see, this is the decimal point. So float basically number which contain a decimal. Third is string. A string is basically, it is a sequence of character like name and prince. See, P is a one character, R is one character, and which combine and make one word, that is string. Now we will see char. Char is basically single character like P, R, whatever I can take. Single character, that is char. So after char we will talk about boolean. So this is how we write boolean. Let me take a variable in which we will store true. Boolean basically stores true or false. Either it can be true or either it can be false, right? Let me another. So this is how boolean look like. So these were the most common data type. So now array. Array is basically a data type in which we store multiple data at the same time, right? So let me give you an example. So cars basically means we will store multiple cars, BMW, Bugatti, and Ferrari. We store 3 cars at the same time, and this is how array look like, right? So if I want to print BMW, then I will simply write cars, and we also need to write index number, which index I want to print. So I want to print BMW. So remember one thing, that in array the index start from 0. So if I write 0 here and if I run it, see here, it gave me BMW because I tell computer that print the data which is present on the 0 index, right? So this was all about what are the data types. Now second is loop. So we have two types of loop. First one is for loop and second is while loop. So let me give you an example how these loops look like. So first we will start with for loop. First we need to write from where we want to run our loop. So I will write 1 and now I will write condition. So this is how a loop look like. The first one is index, so from where I want to run our loop. Second is condition, so I want to run loop from 1 to 10, right? And third thing is it will increment the value till the condition is satisfied, right? So now I am printing I. So now let me run the loop. So now we got our answer from 1 to 10. So this was for loop. Let me give you an example of while loop as well. While loop is also very similar as for loop. So first we will write. So now we want to run our loop from 1 and second write condition. One thing is very different from for loop is that we put this increment value, means increment the value at the last, right? So this is the important thing to keep in mind. So let me comment this. Yeah, we will see. See, we got our answer. The loop is successfully printed the number from 1 to 10. So yeah, this was all about loop. Now the third thing is conditions. So we have two types of condition in any language. First one is if, and second one is else. Means if the condition is satisfied, run this block. If the condition is not satisfied, then run this block. Right, this is the basic fundamental of conditions in any programming language. Let me comment and give you an example. Let me take number a is equal to 5. If a equal to 5, then print that. So what I am saying, if the value equal to, means here we are comparing the value of a with this value. If the value of a equal to this value, then print this line, the value of a is 5. If the value is not satisfied, if the condition is not satisfied, then go to else block. So this curly braces start from here and end here. This is called block, right? So now we will write. So what we say, if the value of a is equal to 5, then print this. If the value of a is not equal to 5, then print this. Let me run this. Now we got the value of a is 5, because a equal to 5, the condition is satisfied. Let me change the value. Suppose I have taken the value 6. Is a equal to 6? Yes or no? No. Then it will not going to run this block. It will again go inside this else block. Let me run this again. See what we got. We got this value. Means a is not equal to 6, then the value of a is anything, right? So this was the basic fundamental of if else. What if you have more than two condition or one condition? Then we use if else block. Let me give you an example. If a equal to a, so now I will print 7. If a equal to 7, then I will print this line. Else if a equal to 6, then I will print the value of a is 6, right? This is the second condition and this was the first condition. Let me, what if these two conditions not satisfied, then I will go inside the else block. Value of a is 5, right? So we have written three conditions. If a fulfills this condition, then it will going to print this line. If not, then it will again come to this condition. If a equal to 6, if this condition will satisfy, then it will print this line. If this condition is not satisfied, then it will again come to this line and it will print this line of code, right? Let me run this. So we got the answer. The value of a is 5, because our value was 5 and this condition satisfied, right? So this was all about if else and conditions in language. So now we will see fourth topic, that is switch case. So now we will understand switch case. So we will see example first. Let's suppose we have taken one data. So we have taken one data. So we have taken one variable a in which we stored the value 5. So how a switch works? First we pass the key. Inside we will pass the key. What we want to do? We want to print the value of a. How we want to print the value of a? If the condition is satisfied. So we will take case. We will put condition inside a case, right? Case if this condition satisfy, if the value of a is equal to 5, then print this line. Otherwise we can break this case and we will move on to another case. So now we have written two cases. If the value of a is 5, then print this. If the value of a is 6, then print this. Let me run this for you. So now see, we got the answer, that is the value of a is 5. Why? Because it satisfies this case. What if I've changed the value to from 5 to 6? Let me run this again. So now the value of a is 6 and it satisfies this case, so it will print the value of a is 6 and we got the answer, the value of a is 6. What if here is some another value, that is 8, and let me run this again. So now it does nothing. Why? Because we have not defined any case for this situation where a is 8. So let me make one default case. We will write default. What we will do, if the value of a is anything, then we will print this line. Means what? Anything means the value does not satisfy these two conditions, then we will print this thing, this line, right? Let me print. See, we got the answer, the value of a is anything. What if I change the value to 10 and let me run this again we get the same value. If I change the value to 5, now we got the value of a is 5 because the condition satisfy, right? So this was the switch case. Now after switch, we will try to understand function and method. So function is a block of code which take input and gives us output. Let me give you an example. A static int add. It will take two arguments, that is int a, int b, and it will store So now what this function does is, it basically, the name of function is add. It take two input, two argument, that is a and b, and these two arguments both are of int data type. So we are storing these two input inside this third variable, that is c, and we are simply returning this c. So now let me call this inside main function, that is add. Let me first take two integer, int x is equal to 5, add x comma y, and we will store this inside third variable, that is z, and let me print this. So now I am running, so run this and we got the answer, that is 11. Why? 5 plus 6 is equal to 11, because we are adding these two value here, as you can see, and we are returning the value c, and we are just simply calling this. So this was the function. So now our last topic is try catch. So before going to try catch, let me give you an example. Int a is equal to 5. Now I will try to divide a by b. Let me simply print this. Yeah, run. So now we got some error, that is exception in main thread. So how to avoid this? This is arithmetic exception, so we need to avoid this error. To avoid, we use try catch. Let me print this. So this is how a try catch block look like. Here we will write our actual code, that is this one, paste here and uncomment this. So we have our code here inside this try, and now here we will try to print the errors. So whatever errors come, we will try to catch inside this catch block, and it will print what error we got. Let me run this again. See, we got some error. Our program is not crashing, it is running absolutely very smooth, and we got our error. What it says, Java line arithmetic exception. So this is how catch blocks look like. So these are some most common and basic topics in any programming language. If you want to ace any programming language, then you need to learn these topics by heart, right? Let me conclude what we learned in this video. The first one was data types. In data types, we have integers, float, string, character, array, and boolean. After data types, we have condition. There is if else condition. Third is for loop and while loop. The fifth is switch case, and the sixth is try catch. So this was basically all the topics. I think you have learned something, and go and try to practice more questions as much as you can. This is what I think these are the most common topics in any language you want to master. If you have any doubt, you can comment down, right? So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.